Hey everybody, it is a sad day. I don't know if you've seen the footage yet, but maybe Anneesa will roll it right now.
Hi everybody, it's about 3 o'clock in the morning. I happened to wake up about an hour ago and heard the chicks outside. My window was open a bit, so I heard the chicks outside making a bunch of racket. So I looked out the window and we, anyway, found out who's stealing our chickens. It's definitely a fox. He got made a hole right through the side of the cage. Each of these cages has a hole in the mesh, so they're all, it's a lot of birds. They each have a hole in the side here, and he was just, when we seen him, he was just going in, out, we seen him ripping apart the birds. Well, some of them. So there's like 30 of them here, laying here just dead. He hasn't even started eating them all. He's just, I guess, killing them for sport. I got my dad and mom and Wes to come up, and they were watching him as well. He would go up the hill, so we think there's multiples, not just him, but that's really too bad. It's a lot of birds.
So as you can see, that's not very nice. We lost an enormous amount of birds last night. We know who did it, at least, and now we gotta figure out what to do about it. In Canada, I had guns for that sort of thing. We would dispatch the critters that are bothering us. This is very windy out here. It's a cold day. I think I'm actually gonna go in and put some pants on. It's so cold. Anyways, my favorite weapon of choice for foxes would be a 22. Worked really good. And you don't have to really worry about hitting anything you're not supposed to hit. Unfortunately, I don't have that here, and I cannot begin getting new rifles or new guns here until I'm a citizen, and even then it's a long process. So it's not on the market. It's just not an option for us. So we have to think of something else. Either find somebody else that can take care of the fox problem for us, or what we're going to do right now is move our critters. I really prefer to have them on grass, but this is costing us too much in chickens. We're going to move everybody inside. I don't know how that's going to work for the ducks yet. And turn around mid-shoot. But anyway, the ducks are right there. And I don't know. Like, I can't really put them in the barn. So we will... I'm not sure. Well, we'll probably put them in the barn, but I wouldn't have a pond then to move them inside, outside. It's nice for them to have a place to swim. That's the thing. So I don't know what we're going to do there. The other animals, at least the laying hens, are going to go upstairs today. Wes is working on it right now. I'll show you that. And the broilers, the boys are already moving them upstairs. That's the predicament we're in. To avoid losing more animals, we're going to move the rest inside where we can keep them more protected. At least we know what we're up against now. And then now we need to figure out how we can get rid of that. Long term, we will have fences around the perimeter of the property, but that doesn't do a lot for foxes. They can go under a fence pretty easy. And yeah, what else was I going to say? Even shock wire wouldn't help. A dog in the yard might help. Comes with its own problems as well. But we are looking into getting, eventually, not right now, I don't want one right now, but eventually we would also get some livestock dogs. We are planning on getting sheep as well, so to protect them would also be an asset to have a dog. But that's not something we're looking for right now. So we're going to move them inside, take care of that, and then hopefully not lose any more. Man, this thing's tricky. I'm using the handheld piece again. I couldn't figure even how to turn it around. Dressed a little warmer now. Now, of course, it's not quite as windy, and it warmed up, but that's all right. Boys are working hard moving the chickens in. Everything is just a muddy mess right now because of all that rain we had yesterday. You got lots of nice birdies. Laying hens are moving now, eh?
And chicks.
And chicks?
Yeah.
Right. You got the upstairs pen done already?
Well, not yet. I'm just putting them in with one of those other ones that was almost empty.
Uh-huh.
And then after we'll move them.
Okay, good. Familiar down here, we will be getting ready for cows, hopefully soon. I'm not sure how many we'll be milking yet, but we're hoping that we're going to be able to eventually milk up to 16 head we can fit in here. But we'll start with 2, 4, 6, and then we'll add on later on. And that's long term. Upstairs, we've got other stuff going on. Alright, so we've got chicken pens up here. These guys at least are safe, and now we're going to move all the laying hens up as well. Wes is busy building some more pens. Our brooders are up here also. So we got lots of work to do in here yet. We're actually planning on pouring concrete floor. Just a thin layer on here, make it easier for cleaning out. And also sturdies everything up a little bit. So this will be the project for the boys today. Get this all ready to go. And I am going to stain the boards for outside, get that done. And then we got a lot of cleaning up to do as well. So we'll try to get the rest of the chickens moved in. We definitely don't have as many as when we started. Unfortunately, those foxes have taken their share of birds. Hey, I am out here. The day has to move on. We lost a lot of birds, unfortunately. It's still really upsetting to me. I think probably a good 40 birds, maybe 50, just last night. It's crazy. I'm going to stain these boards, get that job done, then let them sit in the sun for a bit, flip them over to the other side. And that is to complete the bottom underneath the boards here, or underneath the steel here, as well as I need at least 2 of these for the sandbox. We want to get it done as well. So we'll set the camera up and start taking care of that job. Okay, now that's done. I'm gonna let it sit in the sun and let it dry out for a bit. We'll flip it over and do the other side. Alright, that's those ones all done. Like I said, we're gonna let that dry up. It'll take a little while because it's not super duper sunny today. If I can show you the sky, there it is. It is a nice day, but it's not exactly sunny.
And you think I can come with you?
Come with me to do what?
To go for a walk.
Go for a walk? I'm not going for a walk. We got next job to do. You can still come with me though. Maybe you should put your overalls on though. We might get dirty. What do you think?
These are my work pants,
Yeah, but if you have overalls on, you can take them off and then you can go in the house without making the house dirty. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the next jobs I want to do is get these 2x4s strapping here. We're going to get that put in this gable end. Whoops, up in there. Get it strapped and get steel on. Wes has just gone helping a neighbor. As soon as he's back, we'll get at that. We're also getting ready. We're hoping to get sheep, and we're going to be putting them in here very soon. Well, hopefully. One big difference here, again, there's a lot of differences here in agriculture as well. One thing, when you purchase stuff, at least larger amounts of stuff, it has to go in quarantine for a month, if I understand correctly. And so it's not like I can go to a sale and buy 50 sheep and bring them home today. They got to be quarantined and tested and etc., etc. I'm hoping we can find simple solutions to some of this. What we're used to, if you're in Russia and you're wondering why I'm talking about it, I can go to a cattle sale today and I can buy a bunch of cows and I can bring them home today and I can start milking them. Or if they're beef cows, I can put them on my pasture today. I can pre-order them from a sale as well, and I can have someone else, a buyer at the sale, buying for me. I can do this with sheep, I can do this with goats, I can do this with cows, calves. Here, there's no auctions that I'm aware of yet. It's more a case of you got to find the right producer and then go there. And so I've been trying to find sheep for quite a while. I'm having a hard time. When I do find the breed that I want, maybe the person only has 5 or 10 to sell. I'm used to being able to go to a breeder that might have a flock of 200 or 300, and I can choose what I want and bring them home, load them up in the trailer. Basically call them on the phone, say what's your prices, yada yada. Okay, I'll come over on Saturday with the trailer. You do that, you pick which ones you want, you load them up in the trailer and you bring them home. It's that simple. Here, not so much. I've been having a really hard time trying to find the right breeds. We've now settled on a different breed. Probably still be okay. It's just not what we originally wanted, but I think it'll be fine. It has other characteristics that are also pleasant, I guess, or good, productive. So hopefully we'll get those, but now I still got to go to that producer, schedule that. I have to go and check to make sure that those are indeed a good herd with the Ministry of Agriculture. Then I have to buy them. Then they have to sit in quarantine for a month. Then they got to come here. Then there's more testing. There's also every 6 months, apparently all your animals have to be blood tested for certain diseases. These are all things that are foreign to us. We don't have any of that. I don't really understand all of it. I understand the idea. Of course, you're trying to prevent disease, but we have always believed in a closed herd. So if I don't bring any new animals in, then my animals shouldn't have got sick from the last 6 months that you tested them. I don't understand that. The other thing is that the testing is mandatory, but you have to pay for it, which also seems silly. If something's mandatory, if I don't have a choice in the matter, you know, that's bad enough, and then I have to pay for it yet too. Somebody else should pay for that. So it's just all things. It's a learning curve. But hopefully we'll be getting sheep soon. The plan is to put them in here. So we got to get this ready to go. We'll be blocking it off here. Basically that doorway will be for the sheep pen. We'll be blocking this off, and this will become one big area. There's more than enough room. We're only talking 50 ewes right now, and this will be more than enough room for them. Means I got to bring a water line in. I have to source that yet. Frost-free water valve, I guess. What do you want to call that? Very common where we're from. I have yet to see one. I've never seen one here. It doesn't mean they don't exist. It's just I have to find it. So we'll get all this cleaned out. Like I said, I probably have a month to do it, but get it all ready to go. Also going to want to put some poly or something on the ceiling here to keep the draft from blowing down. We were not planning on finishing this ceiling. This was meant for equipment storage, but I got nowhere else to put sheep right now. I can't afford to build another barn, and I don't really need all this space yet. So I think we're going to stick sheep in here for now, bed them down good, they'll be happy. And most of the time they're going to be out on grass. As long as the weather allows it, we would like to have this all fenced and pastured, and we'll have animals running around outside. But of course in the extreme winter, when it's cold, we'll bring them in. So that's another project, and this will be closed in of course too, but they can still get wind blowing up from around there and up and in. So we may end up closing this ceiling up. I'm not 100% sure yet. We'll see. Our piggies are still in the corner, growing. Happy most of the time, I think. Good piggies. Hey guys. Hi. Say hello. Hello, YouTube. Process still of making more automated water. When the piglets were small, they drank a lot less. Now they're drinking more, and it becomes a more time-consuming job getting them water. So we're going to put a nipple in and attach it to a blue barrel. I think I'll do that while I wait for the boards to dry. I will get it welded. It needed a plate welded on it. Wes had one ready. I just need to go find it now. Somewhere in the container. Oh, there it is right there. This is a pig nipple for drinking water. Spring loaded so it doesn't leak. And we'll attach this to the barrel. And then we're going to drill some holes in here. And then we can screw that to the fence. So that nipple will be on the inside. This will be on the outside. We'll hook it up to a hose to the barrel. And then they should be good to go. And I know Wes said he had it all ready to go. He just wanted me to weld it. So I will do that right now. And then he can carry on with that. I got too many pockets. I was like, uh-oh. I just bent over a puddle and then I couldn't find my phone anywhere, but it was safely on the back pocket. Okay, welding all done. Again, I'm not an expert welder. I taught myself how to weld, but they usually hold. Do pretty good. We need 2 holes in here yet. This is just a piece of scrap metal we had laying around. Let's cut it out of this piece. This square chunk. I missed that. Not the last farm, but the farm where we used to milk 300 goats. I don't know if you knew that or not. We had 300 dairy goats, and it was an existing established farm, so there's lots of stuff laying around from previous owners. You always have scrap piles, which to some people looks like a bunch of junk, but to us it's like, that's awesome. I don't want anyone to touch that, because there's always little knickknacks and pieces of something in there that you need, whether it's for welding or for repairing something, or even inside the workshop there was a wall with, you know, what do you want to call it, little cubby holes full of nuts and bolts and washers and doodads and who knows what. It always comes in handy. So here we don't have that. We're making do. Maybe my grandkids will have that one day. So I got to find my step bit. I don't know where it is. We'll get that done. This is the other side of this pig nipple. Just bought these on Ozone. It's a very common standard item. And it's got a little filter in it, which is good. So we'll put that all together. Need some Teflon in here. There's no pressure. It's just going to be a blue barrel that we fill full of water. It's not actually attached to household normal PSI or anything. So less likelihood of it leaking. But I still like to put a little Teflon on my joints. And then we'll hook it all up, get these holes screwed in, get it going in the pig pen. Okay, shorten it up a little bit and trim the corners. Got 2 holes drilled in it. And then I just rounded the corners off a wee bit. Ain't the prettiest piece, but it's for a pig pen, folks. It don't have to be pretty. Now we'll wrap some Teflon tape on and get everything hooked back together. I'm not nearly done yet. I gotta fasten all this, but pigs are extremely curious and it doesn't take them long to figure out, hey, when I touch this, somehow water's coming out. Pretty soon they'll have it all sorted out. There, that guy's almost done pretty good. You know what's in there somewhere. Anyway, I got a little platform here for this to sit on. My hose is too long. I got to shorten it up. And I got this joint here actually is leaking where my thumb's tabbing. So I got to tighten that up. And then I got to fasten it to the wall yet. But they're very, very curious. Pigs are actually highly intelligent animals. They can figure out stuff pretty fast. And they have a very good memory as well, which is kind of cool. Hey, Lucy. Wants to say hi.
Hi.
Okay, got it fastened in there. Shorten the hose. I need more water in there yet, but it's working. You're drinking out of it right now. Oh, and I gotta get a shorter screw in there, so nobody gets hurt. They're gonna fight for a little bit right now as they all want to have the joy of playing with the water. My turn. Usually the biggest one will win. And these are normal things for all animals. I've told you that with the chickens before. They beat each other up. It's just part of normal behavior. as an owner of animals, you want to keep an eye on it, of course, if it gets really out of hand. But these guys are friends, absolutely. It's just one guy goes first because he's bigger. And the other guys have to wait. Chickens, on the other hand, will get out of hand. And sometimes we got to separate them. We have that from time to time. We have one that's getting picked on too much.
And
you don't have to stick your whole mouth in there. Hey, I bet you by tomorrow you'll be an expert at this job. Now the good thing is that now we can fill up and we can get a lot more water here and they don't run out. It'll last them a lot longer. Versus a little dish. There is actually a water dish right here in the corner, covered in hay, that they've covered up. And that's the beauty with a nipple. What we've done in Canada before, and it's actually a really good thing as well, you get a bigger barrel, you put a nipple right in the barrel. I didn't want to do that this time because this is a smaller barrel, and if I put the nipple up real high, they won't have actually much water to drink. And the reason you want to throw it halfway is so it don't tip over either. That way it gives a good amount of weight in the bottom of the barrel. So, but this will work great for us right now. Once they get the hang of that. Hey! You gonna figure it out? They may even make a bit of a mess. But that's okay, eventually they'll figure it out. Okay, that job's done, right? Next job? Oh yeah. Next job seems kind of silly and yet very necessary. We had a lot of topsoil right here. Wes spread it out, but now with all that rain, it's just turned to muck. Cool thing is, look at all these little footprints. Isn't that cool? What do you think of that, Finley? Is that neat or what? Little birdies, eh?
or the Lucy.
Or what?
Or Lucy.
No, those are bird tracks. Okay, we're gonna take a little bit of sand and we're just gonna throw some over top here with a shovel, and that'll take a little bit of the sticky mud off because it makes a mess of the house, and we don't like a messy house. Well, this is just how awesome my kids are. I was only gone for a little while into the house, and look at all they got done. So I just raked it a little bit for them. They got a little too much sand here. The idea was just kind of a dusting like this, like I did. But that's awesome. Good job, man. Good work. You leave them for 2 seconds and they build a whole new farm. We'll cover the rest of this up here yet. See, now he's walking through. No mud. Wonderful. You know, it's been a pretty productive day. Still got lots more to do, but it looks like more got done. Strapping this right now, getting ready for steel. Got to finish that part. This part goes on the truss, this goes in the truss, and that's because, well, they're built differently. So this was faster. This will take more work because every single piece will have to be cut to the right angles to fit in there. Well, that's okay. We'll get her done. Be nice to get that steel on. I was gonna put a doorway in here just in case I wanted to get up, but then I'm like, well, for what? I don't know why. I don't really need it. But I have this big open space here. It's like 2.5 meters or more here. So, I mean, we could use it for something. The trouble is, generally, trusses are not designed for that, okay? They're designed to hold snow up here. And if you stick too much stuff in here, they're not designed for that load. So you could end up, you know, compromising the engineering of your truss. So what would we put? I mean, I might store some small stuff up there, but we don't really need a doorway then. I don't know. I think for now we're just going to put the steel through, all the way through. And then later on, if I need to add a doorway, I can always do that. But it's not like you're going to stuff it full of square bales or anything like that, because it's not load-bearing designed for that. You know, so maybe I had considered maybe like an auger running through. Well, I can stick that in after, or take one steel sheet off, run the auger through, and then put the steel back. There's really no reason for an actual door, so I'll leave it. Boys got all the chickens moved upstairs. Maybe show you that later. I gotta get back to these boards yet. Maybe I'll stay in a few more right now while I wait for Wes, and then we'll finish up doing the strapping. And then gotta be pretty well supper time by that point, I think.
As the leaves change color, I dive into you. When summer's fading, there's nothing to do but bask in the glory of the winter sun. Maybe this is the season of love. Beneath an endless night,